Our mind has two main functions. One is thinking, the other is sensing. Thinking is based on sensing. It is through sensing the mind gathers information, data. The primary sensing is by the sense organs gathering information, and the sensing of the mind is a secondary function. Primary function is sensing of the sense organs. Sensing of sense organs is natural, is spontaneous, unintentional, unmotivated, automatic. But thinking is deliberate, while sensing is indeliberate. When our body is alive, when it is living, the sense organs become naturally active. The eye can see, the ear can hear, the nose can smell, the tongue can taste, the body can feel the touch of objects. And inside us, the mind can become aware of our past memories that are formed into ideas, latent ideas. We experience them as our prejudices, as our hidden concepts. It is based on our prejudices, our past experiences, that our mind can think. Therefore, the deliberate activity of thinking is based on past memories. It means thinking is conditional, based on conditions, while sensing in that respect is unconditional because it is not based on any prejudices. Thinking is always based on prejudices. We think according to our own past experiences, according to our own conclusions that we have made in the past. And they are called prejudgments. Prejudices means prejudgments. The judgments that have already been made. Based on prejudices, we like sometimes our sensations, we dislike our sensations, and we ignore our sensations. Or we become ignorant of our sensations. The eye may be open, but we do not become aware of the sight of our eyes if you are thinking of something else. If our mind is dragged by some other object, maybe object of our memory, object of our deliberation. Thinking is called deliberation because we think in terms of our past experiences. Enlightenment means the cessation of thinking. That is why the Buddha has uttered his first paean of joy, that sensing ceased to function at its enlightenment. In Dhammapada it is recorded as Visankara Gatam Chittam in the Jaravagga of the Dhammapada. Visankara means the mind became free of thoughts. Punyabhi Sankara means good thoughts, benevolent thoughts. Apunyabhi Sankara means bad thoughts, evil thoughts, malevolent thoughts. And Anijabhi Sankara are thoughts that are neither bad nor good. Such thoughts may appear in our mind while we are in a state of meditation. In fact, Buddhist meditation is practicing awareness without thinking. The mind becomes aware without thinking of them. It becomes aware of things without thinking because it becomes completely free of its magnetic activities. Mind is actuated in an unenlightened mind by electromagnetism. Electricity is present in the enlightened mind, but the magnetic activity is absent. It is through magnetism that we experience attraction and repulsion. Attraction we experience as our likes, repulsion as our dislikes. Likes and dislikes are mental defilements. And even ignoring things is a mental defilement. That is lack of awareness, pure awareness. The mind becomes lethargic. In Pali, it is called moha. Liking is called raga, disliking is called dosa. Enlightened mind is called free of raga, dosa, moha in Buddhist language, ragakaya, dosakaya, mohakaya. Therefore, non-thinking mind is a mind free of likes, dislikes, and indifference to things. Indifference, in fact, means the absence of the friendly nature of the mind, attention of the mind, lack of attention, negligence. Negligence is a criminal motive in criminology. One may be guilty of negligent driving, some negligent activity. Even doctors are made liable for negligent activities. That means the duty of lack of care for other people, lack of attention on other people. Thus, attention is a part of sensation. We feel things, we become aware of things only when there is attention. Natural attention, not deliberate attention, not concentration. Concentration is a deliberate activity. Buddhist meditation is therefore not concentration, non-deliberation, non-thinking, just becoming aware. That is the advice given by the Buddha as the shortest cut to Nirvana to an ascetic called Bahya in the Bahya Sutta of the Buddhist canon. There the Buddha within few seconds said, as an advice to the ascetic to attain enlightenment, ditte dittamattam, sute sutamattam, mute mutamattam, viññāte viññātamattam bhavisati. Just be aware of your sensations. When you see, just become aware of what is seen without thinking of them. When you hear, just become of what is heard without thinking of the hearing, the object of hearing, and so on. That means pure sensing is non-thinking. It is this pure sensing, non-thinking mind that is practiced in Buddhist meditation. In describing the 8 types of trances in meditation called Attama Dhyana, Atta Samapatti in Pali, it is mentioned the first trance as Patama Jhana in Pali, Pratama Dhyana in Sanskrit. In describing Patama Jhana in number of instances, Buddha said, it starts with Viviccheva Kāmehi, sensing without liking, disliking, and inattentiveness. Kama means generally liking, but we like things, discriminating them from what we dislike. That is selective awareness. There is a choice in liking. Choice between what we like and what we don't like. Therefore, when there is liking, it is related to our disliking. When there is disliking, it is related to our liking. We dislike things that we cannot like. They are relative. That is the Buddhist activity of relativity, referred to as Paticca Samuppada. Our liking, disliking, and inattentiveness are related to some other conditions. Therefore, non-thinking can be called unconditional. To think, there must be certain conditions. For non-thinking, there is no need of any condition. It is non-thinking. Non-thinking mind is called a void mind, empty mind. In fact, Buddha referred to nirvana as emptiness. In Buddha's word, Pali, sunyata, sunyata, or some other word. Voidness, empty. Empty means when the mind is empty of its content, it is an enlightened mind. The content of the mind includes our thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and feelings based on our prejudices, based on conditions. The pure mind is unconditional. That is the original mind. Therefore, non-thinking mind is our original mind. Enlightenment means the realization of this original mind, unconditional mind. Buddha referred to this mind called nirvana in Sanskrit, nibbana in Pali, in the Tatya Nibbana Sutta. He said that mind is unborn, ajata. It is not any event, any incident, any happening, abhuta. It is not something that we do, something that is done, akata. It is not something that is composed of other things that are available, asankata. And that is the original pure mind. It is nowhere else, it is within ourselves. In deep meditation, we can read that mind through our insight. We can see it. But when we are in the stage of seeing it, the person seeing is not there. Yourself is not there. It's a selfless awareness. Buddha referred to it as Chakkung Udapadi in his first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. His enlightenment starts with Chakkung Udapadi. Seeing the ultimate reality, the ultimate truth, the pure mind, unborn mind, undone mind, unconditional mind, uncomposed mind, the original pure mind. That is nirvana. That is within you. You may experience that mind even before enlightenment. Because it may appear like a spark and disappear instantly while you are in meditation. Enlightenment means this spark becoming permanent, never to die away, never to disappear. Therefore, enlightenment is called Aloka Udapadi in Pali Buddha's first sermon. And even the very word enlightenment means appearance of light. This is metaphorical statement because our entire mind is covered with darkness. Darkness here means metaphorically ignorance. We think our mind is full of knowledge, information, data. But that knowledge is our ignorance. Because we have gathered our knowledge through our sense organs that are never capable of knowing the reality of anything. The capacity of the eye to see is limited. We can see atoms or subatomic particles. We can see even the cells in our body. We have limited vision. We can't see things very, very far away. Even a jumbo jet flying high in the sky, we may see it as a small bird. Even mighty stars, they are suns. Even galaxies, we see as small dots of light, like stars. Our vision is not perfect. Our audience, we can't hear every sound. We can't smell even what a dog can smell. We cannot taste even what many animals can taste. Our sensations are limited. The real truth is beyond our sensations, beyond our sense organs, and also beyond our thinking mind. It is an empty mind, non-thinking mind, unconditional mind that is not born. That is an eternal mind that is eternally in us, but covered by our ignorance that we recognize as our knowledge. As I mentioned earlier, no sense organs can know the reality of any sense object. But we know all what we know are mind-made. That is why Dhammapada starts with Manopubbangama Dhamma. our mind is based on conditional images, manomaya. We can be aware of only what is created by our own mind. That is why in the Rohita Sutta Buddha said, Vyamatta kalpere panyapi melokancha. Our entire body is created within our body, which is about 1 fathom, which is about 6 feet. Sense organs gather information, but distorted information, insufficient information, false information, not the reality, and create an illusory world within our own mind. And we become aware of that mind. And we become aware that we are sensing, we are thinking based on that illusory knowledge. Non-thinking mind is going beyond the illusion of the ignorance called our mind, our thinking. That is why enlightenment is called going beyond thinking. It is the non-thinking mind, the original mind that crops up at the enlightenment. And sometimes we may experience it in our deep meditations. Instantly it may disappear. But when we enlighten, it becomes eternal. And we reach the eternity of the moment at that time. It is beyond time, it is called akalika. No time dimension. It is beyond space limitation, ananta. Timeless space mind is here and now. Here means sandittika in Pali. Now means sandittika, here means ehipasika. You can experience it, but when you are experiencing it, you are no more there. The self is gone. It is a selfless experience. That is why Buddha God said in Visuddhimagga, Atti Nibbhuti, na Nibbhuto. There is an enlightenment, there is nirvana, but there is no one who has realized nirvana. The ego disappears. Ego is created by our mind. When our thoughts disappear, the ego, the mentality created by the thoughts also disappear. That is enlightenment.